Recently, the James Webb Telescope sent back images of galaxies that, theoretically, shouldn't exist. Massive, perfect structures at the very dawn of time. We held our breath. We thought if we looked deep enough, we'd find the fingerprints of a creator, or at least a reason for our existence. We keep building bigger lenses, searching for biosignatures, for water, for a second home. But here's the paradox. The clearer the image gets, the louder the silence becomes. We stare into the void, expecting a father, and we find an engine. The stars aren't burning for you, they're just consuming fuel. Gravity isn't holding you, it's just warping space-time. There is no dialogue, only equations. Welcome to the final stage of the Copernican trauma. Today, we face the cosmic indifference, and we find the only freedom that actually matters. For 200,000 years, we were the main characters. The stars were our guides, the sun was our servant. We lived in a stage built just for us. Then, we looked through a lens, and our story evaporated. One grain of sand, one galaxy among billions. This is the Copernican trauma, and we are still bleeding from it. Modern physics doesn't just say you're small, it says you're irrelevant. The universe doesn't have a tough love for you. It's not malevolent, it's not benevolent. It is just indifferent. Look at the equations: general relativity, entropy, heat death. There is no variable for meaning. There is no constant for you. And yet, here you are, feeling, asking, existing. Today, we look that indifference in the face, not to depress you, but to set you free. Because if the universe doesn't care, then the only meaning that exists is the one you feel, right now. A quiet, adult, terrifying freedom. Let's start with something simple: distance. Our sun is a ball of burning plasma, 1.3 million times bigger than Earth. It's our giver of life. We feel its warmth, and so we instinctively feel it cares. But warmth isn't care, it's just fusion, a brute physical process that will eventually run out of fuel. Now, imagine the sun as a single grain of sand on Santa Monica Beach. The next nearest star, Proxima Centauri, that grain of sand is in Miami. Between them is nothing, just the vacuum of space. No light, no sound, no warmth. The most perfect emptiness we can conceive. Your thoughts, your fears, your greatest love, they are simply not registered in that space. It has no sensors, no memory, no opinion. The void doesn't ignore you. It's incapable of even noticing. And it's not just space, it's time, galactic time. The Milky Way and Andromeda are hurtling toward each other at 250,000 miles per hour. Sounds fast, but the collision will take 4 billion years to complete. 4 billion years of slow-motion gravitational ballet. In that time frame, all of human civilization, from the first cave painting to the smartphone, is less than a microsecond. If the universe had a heartbeat, we are not even a single beat. We are the static between beats. Scale isn't just about size, it's about relevance. And on cosmic scales, our relevance is zero. But maybe you're thinking, okay, but we're here now. We can observe, we can understand. Doesn't that give us some kind of special status? Let's test that idea. Take the concept of now. What does now even mean? Einstein showed us that time is relative. Your now is not the same as the now of someone on Mars or on a distant star. There is no universal present. There's just a block of space-time, all moments equally real, equally frozen. Past, present, and future exist together, like frames of a film already shot. You're not a character moving through time, you're a sequence of frames, already printed. The feeling of flow is just how your brain processes the stack. So, if all moments are equally real, your birth and your death already exist, somewhere in the block. Your choices? They feel free, but they're just the next frame in the sequence. The universe doesn't watch you. It doesn't even know you're here. Consciousness is indeed mysterious, but is it cosmically significant? Consider this. Your thoughts are electrochemical storms in a lump of meat. They feel profound to you, but to the universe, they're just more particle interactions. The same laws that govern galaxies also govern your neurons. No special exemption. Let's go further. The universe is not only indifferent in scale, it's actively hostile to complexity in the long run. Stars burn out, structures dissolve. The same gravity that holds you to the ground will, if you fall from a height, kill you. The universe doesn't discriminate between creation and destruction. It just follows equations. And those equations have no you in them. You are an emergent phenomenon, a temporary pattern in matter and energy. A whirlpool in a river is real, but it's not separate from the water. When the flow changes, the whirlpool vanishes. You are that whirlpool. So yes, we observe, we understand, but our understanding doesn't make us special to the cosmos. It just makes us aware of our own insignificance. That awareness is a double-edged sword. It's the source of our deepest existential dread, and also our greatest opportunity for authentic freedom. We're not just any atoms, we're organized atoms. We think, we feel, we build cathedrals and write symphonies. Doesn't that count for something? This is where physics delivers its cruelest cut. There's a law. It's called the second law of thermodynamics, and it is the most ruthless law in the universe. The second law says that disorder, entropy, always increases. You can scramble an egg, but you can't unscramble it. You can burn a book, but you can't unburn it. Every process, from stars burning to your heart beating, increases the total amount of disorder. But entropy isn't just about messiness, it's about the availability of energy to do work. When entropy increases, energy becomes less useful.
But what exactly is entropy?
Think of it as the universe's tax on existence. It is the invisible force that prevents time from running backward. It's why a dropped mirror shatters into 1,000 unique shards, but 1,000 shards never spontaneously leap back together to form a mirror. Reality is a constant blurring of sharp lines. A cup of hot tea left on a table is highly ordered, a pocket of heat trapped in one place. But entropy wants that heat spread thin, shared with the cold air until the distinction vanishes. It is the universal law of becoming the same. Life, consciousness, civilization. They are temporary islands of order in a rising ocean of chaos. We build order by taking energy from outside and dumping even more disorder back out. We are not rebels against entropy. We are its agents. We accelerate it. Consider this. Your brain, right now, is consuming about 20 watts of power, roughly enough to light a dim LED bulb. Those 20 watts are being converted into thought, into the experience of reading these words. But the cost is that somewhere, right now, entropy is increasing just a little bit more. Every thought you have contributes to the heat death of the universe, slowly, invisibly, inevitably. The universe doesn't value order, it tolerates it, briefly. Like a parent tolerates a child's messy room before eventually, the dust claims everything. Consider a star, a beautiful, ordered fusion engine. But it exists only because it's furiously converting hydrogen into helium, spewing radiation in all directions. That radiation increases the entropy of the surrounding space far more than the star's order decreases it. The star is a temporary eddy in a stream flowing toward heat death. And heat death is the final state. In trillions of years, every star will have burned out, every black hole will have evaporated, every particle will be spread thin. No work, no change, no thought. Just a uniform, cold, silent bath of photons. Forever. Recent cosmological data from the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument, DESI, suggests this fate is even more complex. Dark energy may be evolving. If it strengthens, we face the Big Rip, where even atoms are torn apart. Either way, the second law remains unbroken. Disorder wins. Your life, your achievements, the entire story of humanity, It's a tiny flicker of localized order in a universe marching toward eternal sameness. The universe doesn't care if you build a cathedral or knock one down. It's all just a temporary rearrangement of particles on the way to equilibrium. But wait, the second law also gives us the arrow of time. Why do we remember the past but not the future? Because entropy was lower in the past. The Big Bang was a state of impossibly low entropy, a cosmic spring wound impossibly tight. Ever since, that spring has been unwinding. Every moment, every action is just the spring relaxing a little more. When it finally unwinds completely, time loses its arrow. Nothing happens. Forever. There's a deep connection here to probability. If you toss coins, the chance they all land heads is tiny. The chance they land in a mix is enormous. The universe is the same. Ordered states are rare. Disordered states are overwhelmingly probable. We live in a brief moment of improbable order, and every tick of the clock moves us closer to the most probable state of all: perfect, eternal uniformity. Not only does the universe not care about you, it's decaying into a state where nothing can ever care about anything. Your consciousness, your love, your suffering, they're not just irrelevant to the cosmos. They're thermodynamically expensive anomalies that the universe is patiently, inexorably correcting. If this is so obvious, why does it feel so wrong? Why do we instinctively recoil from the idea that we don't matter to the cosmos? Why does every fiber of our being scream that our lives must have significance? The answer lies not in the stars, but in our own heads. In the wet, 3-pound organ that evolved not to grasp cosmic truth, but to keep our ancestors alive on the African savanna. For millions of years, intention was everything. Did that rustle in the grass mean a predator? Did that glance from a rival mean danger? The ones who correctly guessed intentions, who saw agency everywhere, lived. The ones who assumed the rustle was just wind became someone else's dinner. Our brains evolved to be hypersensitive to intention. We see faces in clouds. We see purpose in storms. We invented gods to explain the seasons and ancestors to watch over us from the sky. This is called anthropomorphism. It's not a bug, it's a feature, a survival instinct hardwired into our DNA. The philosopher Daniel Dennett calls this the intentional stance. It's useful for dealing with predators, but it's catastrophically misleading for dealing with physics. And here's the twist. This instinct is so powerful that even knowing it's an illusion doesn't make it go away. You know the universe is indifferent, and yet some part of you still feels watched, still feels judged. This is the ghost of evolution haunting your skull. Modern physics disagrees with your instincts. Gravity doesn't want to pull you down. It's just a curvature of space-time. Dark matter doesn't hide from us. The cosmic microwave background radiation isn't a message in a bottle. They just are. The physicist Steven Weinberg once wrote, "The more the universe seems comprehensible, the more it also seems pointless." He wasn't celebrating, he was mourning. Because we're still that tribal animal, looking for a sign and finding none. Realizing this is like leaving a small, warm room where every object had a voice and stepping outside into a vast, silent, cold night. It's terrifying at first. The silence feels like rejection. But then, you feel the wind on your face. You see the stars as they actually are. Balls of burning gas light years away, utterly indifferent. And you realize the silence isn't hostile. It's just silent. The universe doesn't hate you. It doesn't love you. It doesn't even know you exist. And that, paradoxically, is the most liberating truth of all. Because if no cosmic audience is watching, then your life is not a performance. It's just a life. Yours. To live, not to justify. Most people fall into one of two traps. The first is nihilism, the adolescent response to a universe that refuses to be apparent. It mistakes the absence of external meaning for the absence of any meaning. A tantrum, dressed in black, stomping its foot because the cosmos won't give it a gold star. The second is fake positivity. Build your empire, manifest your destiny. This is just spiritual materialism. The same old ego rebranding indifference as a challenge. But leave your mark on what? On a rock swallowed by a dying sun? This isn't freedom, it's denial, with better lighting. There is a third option, infinitely more honest. It is to accept the indifference fully, without flinching, without hoping the universe will wink and let you know you passed the test. If the universe doesn't care, then the only meaning that exists is the raw significance of experience itself. The universe doesn't care if you fall in love, but you care. It doesn't care if you ease suffering, but we care. That caring is as real as entropy, as real as gravity. It just doesn't extend beyond our tiny corner of space-time. We are the universe's local sensory organs. For a brief moment, the cosmos becomes aware of itself. Through us. Through your eyes, it sees stars. Through your mind, it contemplates its own laws. Through your hands, it reaches out and touches itself. Does it matter on a cosmic scale? No. But you're not living on a cosmic scale. You're living here. The fact that the stars don't applaud your choices is precisely what makes those choices yours. They're not a script. They're just yours. To make, to learn from, to release. This isn't nihilism. It's a quiet, adult, terrifying, beautiful freedom. Thanks for watching. If you want to sit with these ideas longer, the next video asks, what if time doesn't actually exist?